All right, y'all. We are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, this is DJ Rain. You're tuned into the Reverb Live Show, the best urban gospel show, playing the best in Christian hip hop, urban gospel music, and give you latest news, interviews, and much, much, much more. Hey, I want to thank you for tuning into the show right here, right now on this station or checking out our live. But yo, you got to check out our live show. Our live show airs every Tuesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ReverbLiveShow.com. During the live show, you can post your comments and we'll read them live on the air, making you part of the live episode. Is simple. All you got to do is jump on Facebook Live, jump on YouTube Live, and you can post your comments and we'll read them live on the air, making you part of the live broadcast. Listen, I'm not doing this by myself. I'm backed up by the Reverb Live crew. You see her in the building. You see her face. Come on, let's give it up for Sister Tracy, Professor Tracy. What's going on, girl? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, DJ Rain. Happy New Year, Reverb Live listeners. It's so good to be in the building. It's so good to be on this side of 2023.
Oh, yeah.
A lot was going on towards the end of 2022, but that's all right. But 2023, like my pastor says, is for me.
It's for
2023 is for me.
He has to make that into a t-shirt.
You say what?
He's got to make that into a t-shirt.
Oh yeah. That'll be fun. So yeah, I got a chance to hang out with some of my family. My oldest sister, she's 16 years older than me. She retired on the last working day of 2022. Okay. So I got a chance to go turn up with her in Atlanta. And then the day after that was going to be New Year's Eve. So I just turned up in Atlanta for New Year's Eve in the new year. The day following that, the second, was my niece, her daughter's birthday. So we just turned up and had fun. What was the restaurant we went to? I want to say I can't think of it. Something Factory.
Cheesecake Factory.
No.
What?
Not that one. I know cheesecake, not Cheesecake Factory. It's the Sugar Factory. The Sugar Factory.
Sugar Factory. Okay.
And they had like a burger. They have a meal, right? That's like all gold. The whole burger meal is gold. It's edible gold. They had edible gold, flowers, fries.
Wait, you could eat the gold?
Yeah, it's like edible gold, but don't worry about it. I didn't buy it because it was $150 for the meal.
Tastes like, Tracy?
It tastes like, I don't know, because I did not pay $150 for the meal, but I did get their standard Sugar Factory, burger. They had a lot of nice little things, like they had fried cheese, macaroni and cheese. That was good. But anyway, while I was hanging out with my family, of course, every time we get together, we always do like a crab boil. So, and I'm the person who's cooking the crabs, of course. I don't know how I always get to be the person signed up to do the crabs, but I have to do the crabs. And the process that I have to figure out what's the name of the seasoning, but whatever that seasoning is, it makes you sneeze. It gets in your sinuses, and it's like, I can't think of it, but it's like a crab seasoning. Anyway, I was so aggravated in my sinuses. I kept rubbing that I rubbed my whole skin raw. So this little dot is like a healing part of that. But I was like rubbing. And I just kept rubbing the same spot over and over again to where, I rubbed it raw. So, but this is getting better now. But, that's it. Explain to our listeners and our viewers what this is. What is this on Tracy the Professor's face?
What's that?
Yes, it is a seafood, not breakout, but rub, dry rub, a dry rub.
a dry rub. Yeah. That's good. Catching up with the Reverb family. We took our family to South Carolina. Never been there before. It was a place we were visiting her aunt. This is her side of the family. So we saw her aunt, her cousins were there. Then we had her sister went there with us. Her mom and dad traveled down there. with us, so we were able to spend some time with the family in South Carolina. And when I say it was cold, it was cold. It was freezing. And
Did you
the
get
worst
snow?
part of it, we didn't see snow. It was too cold to snow. Too cold to snow. I've never heard of such a thing, but it was too cold to snow. The other part that was just add insult to injury was that her cousin's house that we went to, she has a nice house. It backs up to the golf course. And I love playing golf. So you can just walk out the back door and go to the 17th hole and just hit a few golf balls. And lo and
That's what's
behold, I did
up.
not bring my golf clubs. They did not tell me she lived on a golf course.
Uh-oh.
So I was looking at the golf course, not able to play golf at all. So the
Well,
added insult to injury.
they didn't
No.
have like the office building somewhere around the first hole
No, it was
somewhere.
closed. It's closed for the holidays.
But if you had
And it
your
was too
own,
cold.
you could still make it work. You can
I
make
was
it
gonna
do what
make it
it do.
work. I just need a ball in the club. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. So wasn't able to do that. But I've always wanted to do this. I'm a family guy. I love going on road trips in my minivan, my dad van, pack all the family in there, all nice and warm and snug. We got DVDs for the kids to watch. We got their tablets ready to go, charged up. And so it was just fun having everybody in the car with all the food, all the activities that we had planned inside the car to do to keep these kids occupied. I think it was like six. No, it was 8 hours for us to get there because we stopped like 3 or 4 times. We stopped
That's
like four times.
okay.
We got little kids. They're hungry all the time. They want to go potty break all the time. They're bored all the time. With all the stuff we have in the car, they're still bored. So we have to pull over like 4 times. But other than that, had a great time. I put all the kids' gifts together. That was my job. I had to put together a basketball hoop, a video game system, and a telescope, which I've never put a telescope together before,
Wow.
but was able to do that. But yeah, it was fun, man. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun. Now we missed the Reverb Live family. It's been a lot that we have to catch up with. We got one of our listeners already checking in. Her name is Sylvia Williams. She's saying hello, everyone. Hey,
Hey,
Miss
Miss
Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Oh, and also on today's show, we're gonna get into our Reverb word of the day. But on today's show, we wanted to ask this question: how long? There's some new rules that you have to play by for the new year, right? One of those rules is going to be like, how long should you say Happy New Year? As soon as I came on the show, I said, Tracy, Happy New Year. I don't care. But how long should you say that? For a week, a month? How long should you leave up your Christmas decorations, your Christmas tree? How long should you leave up your Christmas lights? So we have those questions coming up and more. We want to hear your New Year's resolutions if you have any. But before we get into that, let's jump into this Reverb word of the day. Professor Tracy, what you got?
All right. So the revert word of the day is coming from 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24. Verse 24. And it says, do you know, or excuse me, do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. So it's the beginning of the year. A lot of people have New Year's goals. They have New Year saying, I'm not going to put up with this year, or I'm going to try new adventures, and a lot of things go on at the beginning of the year. You start fresh. Everything is fresh. But sometimes 3 months down the road, things change. 4 months down the road, things are not quite as what you thought. Some bumps have come. But the scripture is encouraging us in the beginning of the year to run, to work, to do whatever it is that we're going to do, relationship wise, business wise, family wise, hobby wise, spiritual growth wise, to run in such a way that you get the prize, that you obtain the specific thing that you are going after. So 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24. Do you not know that in a race, all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. that you get the prize. If you want the prize, you got to work in such a way that you get the prize.
Yep. That means you got to go all out.
You got to do what you got to do. That's all.
You're not running just to get last place. You running to get the prize, get the first place trophy.
Yeah, I keep thinking about, I guess me growing up in Miami, a lot of girls and guys, excuse me, got into fights. And they were fighting. Wow. Ah! And I'm like, well, can you imagine you trying to fight, but you swinging at the air and not at the target? I'm not encouraging fighting now. Don't get me wrong,
No,
listeners
she's from Miami. She's
and
from Miami,
viewers.
but
Right. I'm just making a statement of, you don't want to beat at the win. You want it to hit the target, the intended target. So work in such a way that you're going to win. Don't work in such a way that you're going to lose. Those of you who are trying to live pure, you're trying to live holy, you're trying to, take your spiritual life to the next level, do it in such a way that you're going to win. If that guy or that girl says you want to Netflix and chill, or you want to chill, then Netflix, you don't want to do none of that. We're not doing Netflix. Matter of fact, we could do Netflix, but it has to be on FaceTime and we could share screen. How about
that's not
that?
the same, Tracy. That's not
It's the same. We win. That's what I'm saying.
That's good.
You got to run it such a way that you win.
That's good. That's good. Hey, sometimes you got to find a new way to Netflix and chill, so you can win the race. You ain't gonna win it the old way.
That's all.
Yo, so before we get to our next segment, again, that one was what was that? 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24. I want to give a shout out to all the radio stations that have continued to support us, all our listeners that have continued to support us. Radio stations like G-Force Radio, who's all the way out in the UK, he always continues to support us. Radio stations like Art Soul Radio.
Okay.
They continue to support us. Thank you, Grantley at G-Force Radio. Thank you, Tamara Hatfield, or McCoy. I'm sorry, McCoy at Art Soul Radio. Thank y'all so much. And all the other stations, Freedom Radio, WKIXR in Brooklyn. Is it in Brooklyn? It's in Jersey, son. It's all the way in Jersey. They continue to support us. So a lot of things to come for the Reverb Live Show. Stay with us. Be patient with us. Endure with us. Pray with us. And continue to, just lift us up and continue to support the show. Now, Tracy, are you one of those people that take their lights down and decorations and throw the tree out on the 1st of January?
No.
How long do you keep it there?
Until I feel like taking down my decorations, to be honest. I may look at them for a couple of weeks. It depending upon when I actually purchased my Christmas tree, I may say, listen, I bought it the week before Christmas. This Christmas tree is going to stay here until for at least a month.
Right.
Right. For at least a month. I'll keep the lights shining bright in my house. It's fine.
Now, do you take down your lights? Do you decorate outside the house and have lights up?
I did this year. So I had like a couple of, my nieces and nephews just kind of come over. One day I had just some of the boys over, and the boys were supposed to put up the lights, but boys, all they did was like tag each other like, dog, ooh, ah, ooh. I mean, this chase each. I'm like, hey, focus.
Yeah.
And the next day I had girls over, and the girls got it all done. Because the boys, they were just wrestling. They were just freedom. And so my backyard is large enough for them to just go and just run in circles if they want to.
There you go.
They can run in circles if they want to. So they actually put up the lights.
Oh, really?
On the outside. Cool. So I didn't put them up on the edges on the round. I put them up the stair area, So that's kind of like how I did it.
At my house, it's a full Christmas production. I have lights outside, lights on the hedges, lights on the
Ooh.
roof line, lights around all the trees.
Did
And
you
we
take
have
a
like
picture?
trees on the property. Did I take a picture? I should put up a video and show you guys. I take pride because my house sits on the corner.
Oh
And so
yeah.
I just have this thing like, hey, if you're a corner house, if you're a corner lot, you
You
got to
got you better
act like
bring it. You better
you
bring
got
it.
to bring it. You got to bring it. Now, I'm not going to be on a TV show of Christmas wars or light decoration wars or nothing, nothing like that. But our house does catch your eye. When you drive by, you can see people stop, slow down, and just take it all in. And that brings me like a sense of pride. Like, yeah, people are enjoying it. People are enjoying it. I think next year I'm going to put like be more evangelistic and put Jesus Christ in the middle of the yard, all lit up.
Love it.
I got to find someone that sells the Jesus Christ all in lights.
Or
So,
you
but
may
I'm
have
not
to
taking
make
my
your
lights down.
own.
I'm
You
sorry,
put
my
the
lights are
wire
still up.
together, put the lights around the wire that spells Jesus Christ. You can make your own.
I can make my own. Yeah, I got to find the letters that are that big.
It's gonna make it. You just get the little wires, Rain, and just put it
That's what
around.
I don't make. I just
Get
buy.
the wood pieces, just kind of hammer it together and put
Mm,
the lights around it. Yeah, you
just
got this.
buy. If you can find where they sell the letters in big print, I will just pull out some.
I didn't say nothing about finding the letters. I said make it.
I'm not a
So
maker. I'm not a maker, man.
you decorate the whole house. What you mean you're not a maker?
I don't make the lights. I just use the lights and put them up. I don't make lights. But I don't take the tree. The lights stay on. I don't put the lights up until like I put them up like second week of November, and I let them stay up there. I'm not taking them down until February. Like first week of February is when I'm going to take these lights down. But until then, you drive past my house, it's going to be lit up, Christmas
And
tree and
that's
all.
fine. That's right.
That's right.
I'm just curious. Are we live? I'm going on here just in case.
Yeah, we live. I mean,
I do.
if you're trying to check us out, check out our live show. Our live show airs every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. On Facebook Live and on YouTube Live. Just do a search for Reverb Live Show. See that live connection pull up. Click on the live link. Post your comment, just like what Sylvia did, and you can join the fun. Join in on all the action and become part of our live broadcast. Now, if you want to catch us on any of our podcasting platforms, iTunes Radio, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, any one of those platforms, anywhere, Google Podcast, anywhere you can get podcasting platforms from or get your podcast from, you can hear us on there. Just do a search for Reverb Live Show. Like, comment, and subscribe and share. All right. So how long does it take for you to stop saying Happy New Year?
I wonder
Does it
how
take a
long
week?
should it. I think I'm going to say Happy New Year for a long time.
To me, it depends on if you saw that person already.
True. If I didn't see them,
I haven't seen people in church in a couple weeks, and I just see them at the end of January. Like, yo, man, I haven't hugged you since last year. I haven't seen you since last year.
Yeah, that's something that I would do. I don't know about maybe going into February, but I might, because again, if I hadn't seen them and I'm just seeing them, maybe I would say Happy New Year. But I heard that sometimes people think that if you just say it past the first week, that it becomes disingenuous. And I'm like, really? I didn't know that. I just say Happy New Year because I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah,
Or because
New Year.
it's something different, it's something new. When I'm reaching out to some folks, like if I have to make any business calls or something like that, I don't talk to the folks every day. Last time I talked to them was probably in December.
Yeah.
And when I greet them the next time in January, whether it's January 1st or 31st, I'm going to say, Happy New Year. How's it going?
Happy New Year.
Hope your year is off to a great start.
And then depends on like I don't know. I guess I do it less for family members. Like I didn't tell my wife. I'd stop telling. Well, I'll tell my wife Happy New Year. When the New Year came, we rang in the New Year together. I'm not gonna say it tomorrow. I just saw you.
Yeah. You brought it in together. I mean, what's the point?
we brought it in together. Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know. Sometimes people say it should be like a month. It should be like that month, or it should be like 2 weeks, or it should be like a week. But I'm like, I don't think about it that seriously.
No. Well, I mean, like coworkers probably that were out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe say it to my coworkers.
Yes.
I say it to people. I say it to strangers.
Yes.
As a form of pleasantry,
Yeah.
as a greeting.
Yep, I can get with that.
Happy New Year. How are you? That's about it.
Yeah.
Let me see. Did you make any New Year's resolutions? Are you a New Year's resolution person?
I'm not. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. The start of the year is always not a rough start, but I think my personality makes me want to not get into the commercialization of making the whole resolution type thing.
Your personality? What's your
I'm
personality?
saying personality, but that's just for lack of a better term. But my mind is everybody else is trying to make all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Let me get down to the basics of what's actually important right now. What's actually important right now is I'm still on vacation. I'm not trying to think about work, what's coming up in 2 weeks, what I need to do for the rest of the year. When I get off break, I'll think about it. And that just so happens to be maybe 4 or 5 days into the new year.
It's not bad.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why it's always like a rough start. It's almost like, but because everybody else is doing it, that don't mean I need to drop what I'm doing and start thinking of resolutions. I just don't do it.
I'm not a resolution guy. Not because I don't keep them, but because I believe you are who you are. I don't understand people make resolutions to try to change who they are. They see some things that they don't like. They see some things that they want to improve on, some self-help stuff. So I see why people make them, but I don't wait until the new year to make the resolution. If I have a problem with eating habits, I'm not going to wait till January to cure my eating habits. I'm going to identify it and call it out in March, and then start something in March or start something in September.
And then by the time January come next year, now I can take it to the next level at least. I can say, okay, I'm now I'm going to cut back on crab boils. I mean, that's probably maybe that's the wrong example.
Well, okay, so like let's say a lot of people's resolutions are to stop drinking as much, right? I'm going to go sober for all year. I'm not going to touch it for all year. So what happens is, let's say that they start in January doing off good, and then 2 weeks into it, they go to a party. Oh man, at the party they end up drinking something. Guess what? They're going to continue drinking throughout the whole entire year until next January.
And so what they say, oh well, I might as well.
I guess I got to start over next year.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. No, just say that, hey, I'm going to do my best to do whatever it is to change something about me whenever I can identify, whenever I can, not even, I guess, find the time.
Whether it's the new year, whether it's spring break, whether it's
just do it.
That's right.
I mean, and then, so I know people try to do things in preparation for, like you mentioned, spring break. Like a lot of people want that beach body. So I'm going to start in January to get that beach body all worked out. So when spring comes, it's ready. So now that makes sense. You have an end goal, a target date in mind. And so you want to start it a couple months before then so you can make that deadline.
Yeah. I know a lot of times, like this part of the year is when a lot of people go on fast. Like I'm going to start off the year fasting.
Yeah, I'm going to do a cleanse.
And then at the end of the year, they're hellions. It's like, what's the point? You want to make sure that you are running in such a way that you win, not running in such a way for the first 21 days or the first month of January. And then after that, it's like, all right, well, I set aside my heart so now God can bless me. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, wherever I put my hands to. But what about God for the rest of the year? So just a thought.
Well, I know we've talked about resolutions and things that we would like to do. Let's. Sometimes we gotta look back. Let's look back in 2022. What are some highlights in 2022 that just jump out to you? Whether it be ups, whether it be downs, but they're just points in your life that you want to just talk about, or things that stuck out in your mind in 22, things that happened to you, some milestone events, whether it be good, whether it be bad. I can think of a couple. But Tracy, let's start with you. What are some milestones or some major events that happened looking back in 2022?
I'd say 2022 this year was, you know, like, so if a lot of people don't know what I do, I have like a student program, and we have productions and we do all kind of things in the performing arts. Well, in 2020, everything shut down. First, they told us it's going to be a week, the week of spring break. And then they said, looks like it's going to be 2 weeks we're going to be out because of this whole COVID thing. And then they said, between now and May. And it's like, whoa, between now and the end of the school year, that's pretty big. And then it's like, now until we don't know. We're just out. Nobody's going nowhere. Nobody's doing anything. And so this year and this school year has been the year that we have started back full force as soon as the school year started.
Yeah,
So
from start to finish. Yeah.
From start to finish. They started out the school year with allowing my program, opening things back up for my program to be an enrichment to students. So it's like a huge thing, especially not being in there for a while, a couple of years. So that's one thing I could think of.
I know for me, looking back at 2022, a lot of things happened. Wait a minute, when did I have my kid? My last kid? Was it 22 or
Not
21?
last year, last August.
August 21?
Nope,
No.
21.
21. All right. All right. So that doesn't count. But something that did happen to my kid was that he was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. He was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Like, it took us by surprise. Like, we didn't know this was going to happen to him. We didn't see the signs until like late July. And on like, I don't know, I say like August the 1st, he was officially diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And we didn't even have time to process it. We didn't even have time to grieve. We didn't have time to take it in, or to understand, what does this mean? How long do we have to deal with this? The only thing that we were told was that, hey, you have type 1 diabetes. Your son's body's not making enough insulin. He's going to have to take 4 shots or several shots a day. You're going to have to monitor his sugar levels a day, all throughout the day. You're going to have to watch what he eats. He can't eat sugary foods. You're going to have to change your whole entire diet. All the stuff you have in your house now, throw it away. Go get new stuff. So a lot has changed for us because of that diagnosis. But I gotta say, even though it changed for him, it just showed how resilient he is as a 7-year-old. This kid is remarkable. He's taking it like a champ. He knows how to give his own insulin shots now. He knows how to check his own sugar. He's very mindful of what he eats. He reads the back of the box to look at, the ingredients and the calorie count. Like, oh, Daddy, I can't have this. This has too much carbs. Let's put this back. And I'm like, wow. I'm trying to sneak him a little piece of candy and say, Daddy, I can't eat that. It's sugar.
He put you on blast.
Yes, he does.
Like,
trying to help him out, man.
Son, eat a little bit. Daddy, I can't eat that.
I can't eat that.
Well, man, hey.
I know, right? But yeah, that was a big milestone. One of the most major milestones that I can remember in 2022. Matter of fact, in the past couple of years, actually, but that was major, 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 major. And I don't even say it's a downer. Some people think, oh man, I mean, yeah, initially, but then you think of what else could the diagnosis could have been. What else could he have been labeled with? He could have been labeled with cancer. He could have been labeled with some other incurable disease that's going to take his life in 5 years or 10 years or something,
Right.
like that. So man, This is gonna sound weird, Tracy, but I'm thankful for type 1 diabetes. I'm thankful for it.
Yeah, I hear you.
Give me another one, Tracy. Give me another one. Another milestone.
Let me see. I got a chance to get out of the country this year.
Where did you go? Didn't you go to? You went to
Japan.
Japan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I went to Japan for a couple of weeks.
it's
And
good.
it was nice to just kind of get out of the country. I'm used to going to like some kind of mission trip, doing some missionary work or whatever. We've been in for too long and, had a chance to, go visit some family and hang out and things of that nature in Japan. So we got a chance to go to the south of Japan and where Tokyo is, from Tokyo to the south, and back. So now I'm like, next time I need to go back again. And now I want to go up to the northern part because I heard they had good seafood up there. So you say seafood, I'm on the way.
But Tracy, I don't know if you can deal with their type of seafood. They eat like real octopus and real blowfish and
Put that
fish
thing
out
in
of
the
Philly.
fire. It'll be all right. Everything tastes the same when you put that seasoning on it.
They don't use they don't use obey. They eat it raw. They don't use obey.
That's I don't know if I'll be able to handle that part.
Yeah. Well, now, another milestone I would say is that our family, our entire family, our family of 5, Smith family of 5, got a chance to travel together. We went on a trip, on an international trip, not as far as Tracy went. We went to the northern border. We flew into Buffalo and drove up to Canada. So that was pretty cool. We even took our mothers on the trip as well too. So that was actually pretty
Wow.
cool. We gave we brought our parents with us, rented a car, went up there.
I'm about to say I know you guys had to rent like a 15 passenger or something.
You know what? We actually fit in a minivan. I love minivans. Minivans work. They work for me. They
Fit in
work
the
for us.
minivan, all y'all.
Oh yeah, all of us. Yeah, all seven of us. Yeah, not bad.
Wow.
All right, Tracy, give me one more. Last one.
Let me see.
You got red hair.
I mean, I have different color hair at different times. So that's I'm not saying it's a milestone, but something that was just, well, I would say this year, not to be a downer, but has been a year where it ended off with the end of 2021. We had like, a series of deaths in our family. So then my closest cousin, ended up passing away with her battle with cancer. So that was like the big boom for our family because she was very young and very popular. She even she went to FAMU and was a rattler and, just kind of did a whole lot. And so that was a big like, punch in the gut.
Yeah.
For the family, especially with us having a string of events of deaths, starting with like my oldest brother passing, then two great aunts, and then a cousin, and then it was just a string of things. And then at the beginning of this year, we had to deal with that one too. Yeah. So I would say that would be a big thing. But outside of that, I got a chance to spend a lot more time, with family as well. So I want to say that that's a plus, and a lot more communication with family, you haven't talked to in a long time. Yeah. You see each other, a distance, you're on social media, you kind of scroll up, but we haven't had a chance to know each other, to catch up on each other. So, if anything, that's what I would say, what I can remember from 2022.
Okay. Good stuff.
One part of 2022, not to be a downer, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we had any deaths in our family. We did learn that my wife's aunt has just started her early onsets of, I don't know if it's Parkinson's or it's like she's just not, they're starting to show signs that she's not going to be all there. So she's losing memory. She's making up these stories, or she's believing these stories that actually that happened, but they never happened. So they actually
Wow.
moved her in with her daughter just to just keep an eye on her. They moved her out of her own apartment. They put her under care of a family member, and even have I think they even have a nurse coming to check on her like once or twice a week or something, or that she goes out to a doctor's office once or twice a week. So that's hard, especially when it's a family member that she was used to growing up with, to see them kind of lose a part of themselves
Yeah.
slowly. That's tough. That's
Yeah.
tough, man. I mean, it's not even my aunt, but I can, for anybody's aunt, for anybody to lose a loved one like that, or to see that person go through those stages, it's tough, real tough, real tough.
Yeah.
We had a listener checking in. They're saying, I think resolutions are just recognizing a new start.
Okay.
Well crafted, well said. People do want to start over. People do want to
Yeah.
find the time to be like, you know what, I'm going to do something new with myself, and I'm going to start with a New Year's resolution. Well, good for you. Good for you.
I think what would I keep thinking like what's a good thought would be, or question maybe would be like, you got every intention to start off new, but some old foolishness from 2022 that came up. Like something that happened that y'all came back to work with the same foolishness. What is this?
Right,
It's
right, right.
2023. What are y'all doing?
Yeah.
You know, or some family members, just something that you said, I got every intention to start them right. We have marked the new year, and yes, came up in here to messed up my 2023 already. I wonder if we have people in that, in those situations.
Probably so. Probably so.
Probably so.
Is there anything in 2023 that you're looking forward to?
Um, like I said, I've not really said, let me do my whole view of the whole new year. There are a few things that I always want to do, which is I always examine my relationship with God. I always do. Because I really believe that at the core of everything that I do, whatever I decide to do moving forward, I don't want to do it without God. Like I don't want to miss something.
Mhm.
So I'm always usually examining my relationship with God. What did I do last year? What am I doing now? What do I need to change now in order to, maybe pray more, maybe read my word more, maybe study, maybe do stuff for the Lord. Like I'm saying evangelism, but maybe going on some type of mission trip, or um, encouraging somebody in the faith, something like that. So I tend to examine myself. So I had not really thought about a lot of things as far as, work wise, business wise. I know what I need to do. And I think I need to just kind of fine tune, work wise, rather, um, fine tune my how I work. I would say maybe the excellency or lack of in what I do work wise, trying to stay on top of things.
Yeah, I know that's important for you because that's how you make your money. The more efficient you are, the less
Yes.
work you have to do, the smarter you are, the more income you can actually generate.
Yeah.
So
And then
that's
starting,
totally.
especially with starting now the school year with everything starting all at once, is like, okay, Tracy, now we're not on the pandemic shutdowns no more. You got to get this together.
Yeah,
You got to get on top of your stuff, girl. So
yeah, yeah. Agreed, agreed, agreed. Hey, we're asking you out there. What things are you looking forward to in 2023? I mentioned this earlier, man. I want to get a beach bod, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I got kids, man. I got kids. I have no time to go to the gym. I'm looking at my exercise equipment over there, collecting dust.
whoa.
I want to play golf more. I want to play basketball more. I want to be more physically fit. I want to like devour the Bible like I used to, man. Like I used to crave the word. Like I used to it didn't sit right with me if I didn't read like a couple chapters a day. I want to get back to that. I want to be more patient. I want to be more patient with my kids. I want to be more patient with my wife. I want to invest in my business some more. Like Tracy said, put in some processes together that can get my business more streamlined. I want to get my videography business off the ground. Use my other business to funnel in money to that side so I can get that going started up. I want to start a YouTube channel, a personal YouTube channel where I'm doing like a daily vlog. I don't know what I'm doing on my YouTube channel, but I want to start my own YouTube channel outside of Reverb. There's another side of DJ Rain that you guys don't know about that I want you guys to experience. And so you may experience some things with DJ Rain. I don't know, I'm playing with the name, playing with the words here. But I want to start a separate YouTube channel and just see how long I can keep that going. So those are things I'm looking for in 2023. I want to know some things that you're looking forward to in 2023, some ups, some downs that you had last year. You can post that in the channel. If you miss any part of today's show, you can always check out our podcast. You just go to iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, any place where you listen to podcasts, you can catch ours there. Just do a search for Reverb Live Show. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tracy, I'm going to leave you with some final remarks. Anything that you want to say to the people before we get out of this episode?
Well, I would say, if you have any questions, ideas, or you just want to hit us up, you can email us at info@reverbliveshow.com.
All right, people,
Remember to run in such a way that you win. Run in such a way that you win. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24.
Yeah. All right, people, that's it for today's show. Please go check us out on all our social media stuff. Tracy, what's your social media handle, Tracy?
At Tracy Hines.
That's right, at Tracy Hines.
I have it in my screen display. I don't know if it's
I don't know if it's showing up here. I am not sure if it's showing up. I don't know if mine is showing up or not.
But I definitely see it.
All right, so it's at TRACYE Hines, and follow me at DJRRANE, and of course the Reverb Live Show at Reverb Live Show. People, until we meet again, I'll see y'all later at another episode. It's been the Reverb Live Show with DJ Rain.